Hello, my name is Jide. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while I made a video. I think the last video I made was 3 months ago. Life has been busy. I've been busy getting things done on the ground, family stuff, career, business, everything. It has been busy. I know it has been busy for you too. If you're in Canada, you know, bills are not smiling. You got to get those bills paid, and you got to get things going. And because, as we know, time waits for no man. No, it's nobody as busy as Canadians. So that's why I've not been online. I've been busy. But I'm always passionate about making videos, sharing my thoughts, reflecting on things, on life generally, and then thinking about the future. That's something about me. I think about the future every time, and I'm always strategizing, okay, for the future. And one thing that often inspires me is when I have a thought that I think is gonna be of benefit, not just to me but to everyone who cares to listen. I'm always inspired to share it. So one thing that I am thinking currently about is the current situation of our economy. Everybody is talking about the impending economic crash, similar to what happened in 1929. Everybody talking about how the stock market is going to crash, and people are going to lose thousands of dollars or millions of dollars in the stock market. Everybody is talking about high cost of living, okay, rental properties, rent skyrocketing more than ever before, alarming rate, wave of unemployment, downsizing by different companies. A lot of things is happening, and it's easy to get overwhelmed in this chaos, in this turmoil. But while everybody is talking about the impending loom, okay, heaven is falling, chickens are falling, but nobody is actually emphasizing, or let me say only few people are actually emphasizing the way forward. What is the way forward? Because I know whatever is happening now has happened before. Nothing new under the heaven. There's nothing new, okay? Whatever is happening right now has happened before, okay? It might just be in a different way, or let me say in a different pattern. But there's always been inflation. There's always been high cost of living. So this time is no different, and this will not be the last time this will be happening, okay? We have the invention, or let me say the advent of AI now, okay? AI automation, okay, displacing people from their job. There's always been times in history where an invention, okay, would make us do things in a different way, therefore making some skill sets obsolete. But while some skill sets are obsolete, more skill sets will be produced, will be generated. While some jobs are being cut, more jobs are being created, okay? So it is one thing to look at the negative side of things, but the point of this video is also to make us look at the positive side of things. If people are losing jobs, okay, there are people that are still getting jobs, okay? If the economy is so hard right now, some people still live fine in this economy. So I've got to think about it. I've got to come to a conclusion that when we say things are hard is a relative term. If we say something is expensive, being expensive is a relative term. What is expensive to me might be cheap to you. What is cheap to me might be expensive to you. So I've got a conclusion that whatever our outcome is now, and it's gonna be in the next 5 or 10 years, it is what we decided to be. The essence of this video is to share my thoughts, okay, on the fact that why things are going to be outside our control. There are going to be many things that's going to be outside our control, but it's not those things that are outside our control that ultimately determine what our outcome will be. It is what we do with those things, what our response is, what is our preparedness. It is not enough to listen to the news and to join other people to say things are bad, the government is not trying. I am not exonerating the government of my country, okay? And currently I live in Canada. I'm not saying Liberal Party or whatever party it is perfect and is doing exactly what the people want. But what I'm saying is that while those things are happening, while things are not happening the way we want it to be, we have a choice to make. Okay? I can decide how much I spend on what. Those things are within my control. How much I make is within my control. How much I save every day, every week, or every month is within my control. The school I put my children is within my control. The kind of partner I choose to marry is within my control. So it is not really those things that are within our control, without our control or outside our control, that determines what really is our outcome. It is those things we are making choice on daily. And that's the essence of this video. If you are like me, an immigrant in Canada, you know, as an immigrant in Canada, if you must succeed in Canada, you really need to understand the system. Understand that it's quite different from the system you are coming from. I, for example, came back from Nigeria. I came from Nigeria to Canada. There's a whole lot of difference between how Canada works and how Nigeria works. For me, I needed to understand Canadian system. The first thing I needed to study about Canadian system is the financial system. You cannot get ahead in Canada if you don't understand the Canadian financial system. Okay, it is very much, I needed to understand that the way Canada economy runs, or a financial system, a credit card system, its mortgage system is different from Nigeria. There is no mortgage system in Nigeria. There is no credit card system in Nigeria, where I'm coming from. So I told myself that my success financially in Canada is not going to be dependent on the person who is elected as the prime minister. It's not going to be determine what my province is doing, but it's going to determine by how much I understand or I take financial literacy seriously when it comes to finances. So many of us keep blaming the government. So many of us keep blaming our spouses. So many of us keep blaming the family we came from or the kind of job we do. Okay, and we fail to actually review and think about ourselves as the decision maker, as the person that is taking the driver's seat of our life. If there's anybody to blame for the outcome of your life, it is you. But we are not ready for this discussion because it's easy to shift blame to every other person except ourselves. So when I came to Canada, I decided that whatever my outcome is in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years I'll spend in Canada, it's not because of the economy. It is because of what I choose to do. Some of my friends came to Canada, and the moment they came to Canada, they started upgrading their skills. They went back to school, okay? They hired coaches, they hired mentors, okay? They took personal development serious. Now the question is, since you came to Canada, what significant effort have you taken, okay, to develop yourself personally? What effort have you made to acquire financial literacy? What do you know about credit card? What do you know about the mortgage system in Canada? What do you know about savings, about investment? Okay, what do you know about the job market in Canada? See, success in Canada is not going to be happen by chance. I'm talking to myself. I have spoken to myself several times about this, that my success in Canada is not going to be by chance. Relocating from your country to Canada is not enough strategy. That is the first step. Several people stopped at the first step, but that is not enough. It is not enough just to relocation. Relocation is not a strategy. What do you start to do from day one determines what's going to be your outcome in the next 5 years or 10 years. Are you with me? Stay with me on this story. So if you're joining me for the first time, I'm Jide. I'm a Nigerian. I talk about life in Canada. Okay, how do we become successful after relocating from our home country to Nigeria, to Canada? I relocated from Canada to Nigeria, to Canada. I relocated from Nigeria to Canada, and I told myself, I am not coming to Canada to depend on the resources in the country. I'm coming to make a contribution. I'm coming to add a value to this country. I'm coming to give food to the hungry. I'm coming to give clothes to the naked. So we need this kind of mindset, not a needy mindset, not a blaming mindset, to really be successful. And I really want to talk about the job market right now, because that is the current issue now. The job market is tough. Yeah, no doubt about it. The job market is very tough in Canada. In Ontario, where I live now, okay, there's a massive layoff. There's a massive unemployment rate, which the official numbers is not really capturing. In fact, some 2 or 3 weeks ago, a senior colleague of mine landed in Canada through OIMP, and we got talking, and I could understand the pain in the voice when I was told that they have been searching for a job for the past 3 or 4 months. Okay, some have even been searching for being job search for over a year now. I remember when I came to Canada, I was at least lucky enough. I only searched for a job for 3 months, but the job I got was not the job I wanted, or it was a job far below my qualification. But I got it. I started with it, and when I was doing that job, I was actively developing myself. I was actively searching for opportunities to be better. So the job market is currently tough, and if you're watching this video, you're probably also in that position, job seeking. It's tough right now, but tough times never last. Tough people do. Challenge yourself to be the best person you can. That see this mountain, see the challenge of getting a job as temporary, and that whatever you do determines the outcome, not the situation. You got to make up your mind that whatever the situation is, you have a solution to it. You know, I keep telling people, I keep telling my white colleagues and people from other countries, like people that were born in Canada that didn't have to relocate to Canada. Do you understand what it means to relocate from your home country to Canada? That is some kind of toughness that I have built in myself. So if you relocated from your home country to Canada, you have a skill, you have a resilience, you have a doggedness already in you that Canadians do not have. They do not understand what it means to relocate. But if you relocated, that is a success. That is a kind of resilience you have built in you. That enough is sufficient enough for you to weather the storms through whatever you're going through in Canada. Okay, but what mistake do most people that came to Canada make? When they came to Canada, they thought that is all there is to life, whereas coming to Canada is just the first step. The next step is to arm yourself with the right knowledge to succeed in the country. Success in Canada is not going to be on the platter of gold. As we have poor people in Africa, so also we have poor people in Canada. We have poor people, average people, people living on the food bank everywhere. So coming to Canada does not automatically give you the success you want. You have to work hard to earn your success, and it begins with taking responsibility for the outcome of your life. I decided to take responsibility for the outcome of my life relocating to Canada. I made up my mind I don't want to come to Canada to be a body to the system. So when they say immigrants are the problems in Canada, I don't want to be part of the numbers of the immigrants. I want to stand out, okay, to be part of the success story of Canada. I pay my tax to Canada, okay. I am adding to the value of Canada, okay. I am making this video to make people become better version of themselves in Canada. In one way or the other, I am adding values. So that is the mindset, that's the essence of this video. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have been able to get the motivation you need, that your outcome in Canada or wherever you are or you're watching this video from depends on the choices you make, and depends on things you can control. Why you cannot control the job market, why you cannot control the rent, skyrocketing rent prices, why you cannot control the price of groceries. Those things are outside your control, but they are not ultimately what determines your outcome. It is what you do with those occurrences that determines your final outcome. So thank you for watching this video. I hope to come again with my thoughts on living and thriving in Canada. Thank you for watching. Bye.